People are saying that the staff over at Disney has posted Jimin and JK having a lot of fun in the morning and what that means. We also need to get into some shirtless pictures that have been posted, and then we have the truth going on with Bang PD. So hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Let's get into it. If you are not aware, there was a photo that was posted that I can't really post here because I don't want to cause any issues. But this photo was posted of Bang PD with two influencers. One of them was, I believe, an influencer, and then the other one was just like her sister. This caused a lot of commotion because it just looked very odd. It was odd to see this older man with these two very young, beautiful women. It was also odd because people weren't sure why they were having lunch or why they were meeting, and if that meant like they were going to be an influencer division at HYBE, or if she was going to then be the next K-pop idol. Like, why are they meeting and why were they having lunch or getting together? The photos were then posted all over social media, and I think it was either a paparazzi or a fan who had taken the photo, and the label allegedly worked really hard to try to get all the photos taken down. So anytime that the photos were posted, there was like a takedown notice due to privacy and that sort of stuff. So there are a lot of speculation going on, and definitely not great speculation going on, and people wanted to know what the truth was, but a lot of this was addressed. Many wonder what this was, and the fact that it was being taken down made it look even stranger. So this is something that was taken down because it actually is something that's supposed to be private and they don't want people to know because it's not good, or is it being taken down just because it's a privacy thing and they just don't want people posting their personal life? Well, apparently it's the second one, because what happened was during the live stream, the influencer talked about how she really wanted to get into this very exclusive restaurant. This restaurant you would need to book months ahead, and you definitely couldn't just walk in and sit. Now remember that, I will come back to it. So apparently the influencer said that her sister met Bang through some sort of situation. Not sure how that happened, and the influencer doesn't really specify how that happened. But her sister met Bang a long time ago, so the influencer got a letter or an email a long time ago from someone that was impersonating someone at the label. So the influencer wasn't aware if this was a real email or if it was a fake one, and then she directly used her sister's connection to Bang to ask. And so that person who wrote the fake email ended up getting arrested, and the rest is history. So that kind of explains the relationship between the influencer and Bang. Now apparently when the influencer wanted to get into this restaurant, she was able to use Bang's connection to be able to get a seat in the restaurant. Of course, it's not surprising that a CEO or someone who's very wealthy would have a place in a really fancy restaurant. And apparently that's it. Like, there was no deal going on. They were just getting lunch, probably getting to know each other a little bit better, and there's no belief of signing with the label, none of that. Something that a lot of people don't talk about is simply just the fact that being an influencer means that you have to constantly look for ways to grow, because unfortunately you're not being known for any specific talent like singing or acting or whatever. And I'm also talking about myself. This doesn't mean that you don't have those talents, it just means that you're not known for those talents. And so a lot of the success of an influencer involves being a socialite and knowing good, powerful people that can essentially put you on platforms, whether that is being put in a music video, whether that is being put in a commercial with the label. And one way to do that is to be top of mind with some of the CEOs and agency owners. This doesn't mean that Bang would 100% definitively put this influencer in any campaign that he's working on, but it puts this influencer ahead of a bunch of other people. So the agency might not even audition people for a new campaign. They might just think of casting an influencer, and then the first one they think of is this one, right? Because she has a close relationship with Bang. People actually were very excited to hear that Disney posted something that was fun and fresh. If you're not aware, this show, Are You Sure, has already come out. This is Jimin and JK's reality show, and they released a bunch of teaser photos that were so fun to see. One of them people noticed was a picture of Jimin and JK, and V was all shirtless. Oh yeah, V is in the promos now for one of the episodes, which is kind of cool. But it was very cute because people were like, oh my god, wait, they're actually shirtless. This was a photo where you can clearly see JK's tattoos, you can see the members' nipples, and it was like somewhat transparent drawing of the shirt on the boys. People were really freaking out about this because I think they also just thought it was cute to see the boys shirtless again. It's just another moment in which we get to see them like this. And I think that that's absolutely hilarious because I love to see the community go feral and be kind of weird sometimes, but that's okay, we're all a little weird sometimes. This was so cute because it was almost like a throwback to the old BTS days where the label would draw a shirt or put an emoji over the members being shirtless. But it's kind of silly to do that because we've obviously seen all the members shirtless at this point. But it's quite fun to see that the members are still kind of being treated in this way, and it's a little bit of a throwback. Now this was very interesting for a lot of different reasons, aside from it being a shirtless picture. but people were also shocked that V was suddenly being in this show. I 100% agree. I thought it was very shocking to put out a promo, especially if he wouldn't be in the entire show. And the reason why I assume he's not in the entire show is because the initial promos didn't completely show him. So I'm assuming that this promo was just for the episode that he would be in, or for the first few episodes. And if he is in the entirety of the show, that would be fantastic. I would be really shocked, as I didn't know he had that much time to film all that. Now, of course, we have to get into the actual show itself, as a lot of people have noticed a lot of weird things, or they believe it's weird things. I think it's fine on the show. People were talking about some of the cutesy moments that were on the show, such as things like where the boys were staying and what activities they were doing, and I think a lot of this stuff is insanely cute. And it's expected that they would do things like this. If you do want to check out me reacting to some fun BTS moments, like from some other old reality shows, then definitely make sure you check it out on Patreon. There are literally thousands of videos over there. I haven't reacted to Are You Sure yet, but I'm making a goal to do that. I cannot guarantee that I will get to it, but there are definitely hundreds to thousands of videos of other reality show moments that you can check out if you want to. Currently, there is a $1.95 tier. It does have limited spots, but it is there, and you'll have all access to all of these videos from just signing up for that one tier. Now, there was a moment in Are You Sure, and people were talking about this moment in which we see JK and Jimin in bed together, allegedly in the morning, so it's still dark out, but I think you can kind of see the light peeking through. And people were definitely questioning why they were in the same bed together. I believe that this is a house that they are sleeping in, and that they're not sleeping in a hotel or an apartment. Some people think that it was quite strange that this could be a 3 or 4 bedroom house, and that they are for some reason sleeping in a one bed together, saying that obviously the only people that would do this would be people that are in a relationship. And there are other moments in which we see JK in the morning and his hair is a little bit messy, and people then put these two moments together to say that they were having sex with each other. These are wild accusations, because if you're a guy and you wake up, sometimes your hair just sticks up, and that's just what it does. And as for them sleeping in the same bed together, there's a lot of reasons for this. Could it be that they're together? Sure, but we also have to take in consideration other reasons. One of the other things that people mentioned was that the label likes to push ships so much that this could be their way of pushing that and contributing to that part of the fan culture. And it could be, I mean, we know that the label has nothing against Wattpad and all that stuff, so this could definitely be a possibility. Now, another theory that I thought of, which to me actually makes the most sense, would explain actually what was happening, is just simply budgeting. This was probably and could have been a last-minute decision, and it was probably one where they didn't want to spend a lot of money, and they didn't want to have one camera in 2 rooms. It would be much easier to have a camera in 1 room, so they probably just had them all in 1 room, and their crew probably took the other room. Even when something looks a little bit more natural, and we think that it's probably just them setting up cameras all over the house and whatever, it would still be something that a crew would be required to be there for. But that is a producer or a director or whatever it is, because they have to find a way to make it interesting, and there has to be some semblance of a story. So you know, when things look natural and it's on TV, there definitely is a crew behind it. There are also regulations that they have to follow if they want it to be posted on Disney or any other mainstream platform. So they have to make sure that those regulations are followed, and things like camera formatting and those sorts of things, and there needs to be someone on site for that. Let me know what you think. Make sure to check out Patreon for more videos. I'll link down below. Links to this little big comment right here. Love you, bye.